So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this video. We have a question on the board. It's coming from YX past question. And it says, if 2 raised by a is equal to the square root of 64 and b over a is equal to 3, evaluate a squared plus b squared. Now, there are various approaches to this question, but this is how I love to approach mine. So let's start with the first one. We have that 2 raised by a is equal to root 64. Okay, let's call this the first equation. All right, and then the second one we have is b over a is equal to 3. Let's call this the second equation. I'm just using asterisks instead of numbers, so it's fine, you can do that too. And then we have a square plus b square is an expression, not an equation. Let's just call this the third expression. So first of all, why I did all this is so that I can easily substitute my values whenever I finish solving them into each of these, and it will also be easy for the examiner to follow through what I am solving. So we can start by finding a. Like I said, there are different approaches to this, but I would love to start by finding a. So we say to find a, okay, we can. Okay, to find a, let's say to find a from this first equation there, we should have that 2 raised by a is equal to the square root of 64. That is the first expression or equation there. So we can look for a by simply equating the base. So yeah, we have 2, which is a base here. And we can write 64, square root of 64 as 64 raised to power 1 over 2. It's the same thing, right? It works that way. And then we can now go ahead to equate the base by saying 2 raised to power a is equal to, now 64 we know is actually equal to 2 raised to power 6. Okay, to give you 64. But we're having a half there, so we can put this in the bracket and raise it to the power of 1 over 2. All right, so when we do this, we can actually use this to cancel this, or you can say 6 times half, it will give you 3, right? So when we use 2 to cancel 6, it will give us 3, and then what we're left with is 2 raised to power a is equal to 2 raised to power 3. Now that the bases are equal, you can simply strike the bases out, and then you have a is equal to 3. So we've just found a. So we can proceed from here to find b. So let's just have a line. Let me so that I can demarcate my work for easy readability. And then, okay, to find b now, we can say to find b from equation 2. Are you seeing why I had to label all that, equation 1 and equation 2, so that I can easily recall them, call them back when I need? So to find b from equation 2, I can simply say substitute, because now we found that a, substitute 3 for a. So whenever I see a, I put 3 instead. So it's going to be b over 3 is equal to 3. This is the equation we're talking about. This is equation 2. So we just substituted a for 3 there, or 3 for a rather. And then if we cross multiply this times this times b times 1 is b, and 3 times 3 is 9. And so we've just found our b, and we found our a as well. So we've gotten our a and our b. What is left is to substitute the values for a and b in this third expression, and we are good to go. So therefore we can say, therefore substitute 3 for a and 9 for b in the third expression. And so it's going to be that a square plus b square will now be equal to 3 square, if we substitute it, plus 9 square, which is equal to 3 square is 9, and 9 square is 81. And 9 plus 81 is 90. And there you go. We just answered this question. It's very simple to follow, and I'm sure you've learned something. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.